Well, Elias says he's gonna win, but we all know that that ain't true. You look at me, boy, when I'm singing, 'cause I'm not finished with you. You're gonna get these hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, wake up! Welcome to the after party! Wake up, put your hands up, put them up! It's time that you make your voice heard! Wake up, put your hands up, get them up! Hell yeah!
Hello and welcome to a super sexy Valentine's Day episode of Still Real After Party. I am one of your hosts. My name is Jake.
And I am Zanca.
And we're here to talk about sweaty men in tights, because what's more lovely than that?
That's what I want to spend my Valentine's Day doing.
Yeah, all right. We're going to start out with something I wanted to do.
Let's do it.
There's not much to talk about, but I do want to talk about something that made me really disappointed.
Uh-oh, what's that?
I was super excited for Riverdale tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not coming back till March 7th.
I don't know what this is all about.
That's fine.
It's you kids and
but
your
you know,
Pokemons and your Yu-Gi-Ohs and...
Real talk, I was working out last night and watching Yu-Gi-Oh! From the beginning, the anime.
Dude, I gotta get on that. I've made memes of that show, and I have no idea
You've
what
never
they're
seen
doing.
Yu-Gi-Oh? You have a
I've
child.
done it. I know.
I am, as a 24-year-old man, I am watching it again.
Well,
so
I can't help you, buddy.
so you need to make your tiny child and you watch it.
See, I'm in a different time zone, though. I'm still, like, watching old school Power Rangers, you know? And,
Okay, fair enough.
And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so... I gotta get with the times, I guess.
What we're going to do now is talk about power couples in the WWE. That's how we're going to start.
I think it's a good way to kick off a nice
I
Valentine's
believe so.
Day.
Super loving, super sexy, all these couples, super sexy, all of them.
All of it.
Every single one. You're going to start.
I'm gonna start?
You're going to start. Because
So-
mine has a little more to it.
All right, what we decided to do is make a list of our three personal favorite power couples, and we each get, what, one honorable mention?
Yeah.
Okay. So, when I think of power couples in pro wrestling, I had to go old school. I had to go with the first real power couple.
I know exactly who it's going to be.
Oh, it's going to be my personal favorite pro wrestler of all time, Mr. Macho
Yep.
Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah! And his lovely little dame, Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah, that's a classic. I can't... So it seems like you might have... I don't know the rest of your list, but it seems like you might have went a little more old school where I went a little more new school.
I mixed it up.
Okay,
I'm
all
not
right.
super old school. That's pretty much the oldest one you're going to get.
And
but
that's...
it's seriously...
I mean, that is the couple. I mean, that was like the on-screen couple of the WWF.
I was a small child, and I remember when Hulk Hogan was coming trying to steal fucking Macho Man's
Ooh, yeah.
strange dude. I was like, this Hulk guy, I mean, he's saying all the right things, but I don't really like him. And then all of a sudden, you know, he's backstage, he's catching Miss Elizabeth off the apron, he's doing all this weird shit, and I was just like, you know, that's the moment right there when I started liking heels more than baby faces.
Oh, yeah, of course. We're both a big fan of heels, I'd say, in this podcast here.
You can't steal other people's pussy, man. I mean, if I learned anything growing up, it was fucking, because I'm down with OPP. I'm not down with OPP.
All right, so I'll do my first one. My
Okay.
number one is Miz and Maurice, because they have it all. They're both incredibly good looking. They're multi-time champions, both of them. Maurice was Divas champion twice, and The Miz has done many things. They're getting their own TV show, Miz and Mrs., which I might actually watch, which says a lot about it, because I love The Miz, and I think that'll just be insane. It'll be a great show, not like the Bella show or Total Divas, anything like that. Oh, and they're having a kid.
Yeah.
They've got it all. Everything is great for them right now.
I agree with all your points except pointing out that Maurice was a Divas champion, because
She
that's
was.
just kind of like getting a sticker for saying you tried.
I know, but
They were handing that thing around.
A belt
I mean.
is a belt, and she won it twice.
All right,
So,
I'll give it to you.
So I gotta give her credit for something.
Yeah,
Other than
yeah.
that, she didn't do anything.
She's a great-looking woman.
She's a great-looking woman. She was in Playboy, and she's a valet if she doesn't win the Divas Championship.
And
so.
her voice, her accent is so sexy.
Oh, it's awesome. Loves me some French Maurice.
Oh, yeah.
So my top 3 list kind of goes with a little trivia game.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask
bad
you.
at trivia, so let's do it.
That's fine. One of them I know you're gonna get. Not this one. Well, you might get this one. It's about the couple in question here.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2006, how did the couple meet? Miz and Maurice, obviously.
Was this the Diva search?
It was absolutely the Diva search.
Okay.
What was Miz's role?
I just went so many places that would have got us a hashtag Me Too, so I'm glad I didn't say all that.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, we don't need that.
I honestly don't know. Was he just the judge, or was he
was
the
a
guy
host,
that,
yeah.
the host
Yeah, he was a
introducing
host.
him? Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Next up.
Next up for me, my second couple, which is like, this was the middle of the road where I was like, should I go new school, old school? I went current. And basically for all the reasons you gave for Miz and Maurice, I'm giving for this couple. I have Jimmy Uso and Naomi.
That's a fair point, yeah.
I feel like right now, currently, they're the most, into it in pro wrestling couple. I mean, Maurice is mostly just a valet when she was around. Now
Right,
she's pregnant.
yeah, absolutely.
Naomi is one of the top, female superstars on the whole roster.
Correct.
And for me personally, the Usos are the most underrated, tag team going in the ring.
They were. I don't feel they're underrated anymore.
Correct. I agree with
Yeah.
that. I mean, especially with their latest promos, I think they're killing it good. So, yeah, but right there, that's everything in a power couple.
Yep,
I mean,
no,
tag
that's-
team champions galore for the Uso brothers. Naomi, like I said, winning the SmackDown championship. I just feel like those two can carry pretty much anything, and they're both good promos.
I feel like that's a perfect number two. And they're the only reason they're not on my list is because I like them both. I like that couple as a pairing. They'd probably be like number 4 if I had to rank them. But I feel like these lists are a little more selfish than anything. They're more what you feel,
Well,
So-
dude, they're killing it in the fucking Big Mac Challenge.
The Big Mac Challenge.
Yeah.
So, talking about selfish, my number 2 couple is Rusev and Lana.
Totally set you up with the Big Mac
Yes,
Mix Mac Challenge.
the other couple in the Big Mac Challenge, Rusev and Lana.
I agree with everything you're about to say, I'm sure, so go ahead.
I mean, look at how over they are right now. Even Lana, they just won their first match in the Mixed Match Challenge. I think they were against Bailey and Elias.
Correct.
Which didn't need to be in the tournament anyway. And that was Lana's first ever win as a singles competitor.
And the aggression she showed,
Yep.
if I'm just going to talk from a straight, perspective like this, like an actual perspective on wrestling, I think she's really shown some strides. She really
absolutely.
has. I mean, she came out firing. Again, she's new to it. You can kind of tell. You can tell she's green, but
Of course.
it's leaps and bounds from her first match.
Yeah, and
against-
she was,
yeah.
I mean, she's been training for
Right.
a long time, like a good amount of time now, and it shows.
And maybe I was just distracted by Rusev in that leotard or whatever.
That singlet was awesome. They wore matching singlets, and it was fantastic. And at the end, they declared it Ravishing Rusev Day, and I wanted to just sob in tears of happiness.
I'm not gonna lie. When I woke up this morning, I was singing that stupid song.
What, Lana is the best?
Lana is the
It's
best.
so good.
Lana number 1.
And Rusev, obviously, we can't take away the accolades that he's had. No pun intended. He's a U.S. champion. He should have been a world champion by now. I feel like he still gets so much more. But again, selfish. You know how I am with Rusev. So
No, I agree with all
number
that.
2 couple, and here's their trivia. The couple was married in July 2016 on what national holiday?
Rusev Day.
Absolutely Rusev Day. Yes, I told you you'd get one of them, but
All
you
right,
got the
good.
first one too.
So my third and final couple.
Yep.
This is one I picked because I feel like if they were to come back, it would be the biggest pop out of any couple showing up. Any couple you say, any couple I say, unless Macho Man came back from the dead.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
That would be a huge pop. But CM
Undertaker and Michelle McCool.
Punk, I already kind of pre-cummed the
Yeah,
world.
you
Sorry.
did. It's
CM
okay.
Punk and AJ Lee.
That
man.
would, okay, that makes sense.
Just everything about Power Couple. If they were to come back, it would be huge. And the fact that they're still, living a pretty decent life outside of the WWE. I mean, she's an author now.
I know, yeah. Published,
He's an author with comic books, and
he's a UFC fighter.
He's trying.
He's kind of a UFC fighter.
He's signed to UFC.
He's in the
Yeah.
UFC.
But again, I feel like the roof will blow off the fucking place. If
Oh,
Cult of
absolutely.
Personality hit and those two walked out.
Absolutely. I don't think it'll happen though. So
no.
until he gets somehow, until this whole thing gets blown over and he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, it'll never happen again.
All right, I got a quick
if that
trivia-
even happens. Yeah, go
trivia
ahead.
off my brain.
Sure. This I'm gonna do bad at.
Who was the superstar that got in the middle of CM Punk and AJ Lee storyline wise?
Wasn't there multiple?
But who was the one that was really in there?
Not Ziggler.
Nope.
Ziggler was before CM Punk, right? Daniel Bryan?
Correct.
Yeah. I knew AJ Lee kind of got around in the locker room there.
For that
Kayfabe,
that
at
segment.
least.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if it was any of it was real other than Punk, but definitely kayfabe. She got around. So yeah, that
So
was
that's my
it.
third and
All right,
final
cool.
team.
My third and final team is the power couple in my. Obviously, they're number 3 on my list, but as far as actual power in the WWE, Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. How could I not put them on the list? They're pretty much running the show, other than, Vince does some things still, but he's an old man, and he's going to go away. Once the XFL starts getting going, he'll be gone, hopefully. So they are, I don't even have to run down what they've done. They've done so many things, and their storyline dates back to the WWF era. Like, they've been doing...
Yeah,
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't want to really talk about what they've done in the past, but I have actually a off-the-cuff trivia question. I have an actual one, too. Were they married before, like, actually married before or after they were on-screen married?
After.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
That's an easy one. And this is kind of easy, too, but my trivia question for them is, how many children do they have?
3?
Yeah.
That was a guess. I had no idea.
I couldn't think of... there are so many things I could have asked, but I felt like that was kind of an easy one. You went 3 for 3.
It's funny because I'm such an asshole that, like, when I'm making memes, I try not to look into anything personal about them.
Right.
Like, I don't want to know kids. I don't want to know any of that, because if I think of something funny, it might be a bad moment where I'm hammered and I'm like, I'm posting this. So I stay out of all that. So that was a complete guess that they had.
Yeah, that was good. And honorable mention.
All right, my honorable mention.
I know what it is.
Is probably the couple that had they made probably the most waves when they were a couple, in my opinion, and that is Billy and Chuck.
I'm an ass man. I love it.
Dude, it was such an awkwardly awesome, like, storyline back when that happened, and honorable mention, that's a power couple.
Oh, for sure. My honorable mention is Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae, because I feel like Candice obviously just got into the WWE, but immediately they deserve to be on some sort of list. If it was like a top 5, they'd probably already be there. But she has something to prove in the WWE, even though she's one of the best, if not the best wrestlers there already, just from what she's done in the past. But they have the ability. I feel like by the end of their careers, they will easily be number 1 on my list.
For your list?
Yes.
This is a selfish list?
Absolutely. Yeah. I already said it's all selfish for me.
No,
but look, they're both incredible wrestlers, and I feel like the more they'll just get better with time.
Yeah, I just feel like it's gonna be a 205 Live situation for our boy.
Hey,
it sucks, but
me too. But maybe he can get out of it and do something with it, or who knows? Maybe he's a ratings draw.
Man,
he could be a ratings draw for 205. We don't know.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see what he does and what she does. Hopefully they stick together, but who knows how long that'll last.
But yeah, if Joey Ryan comes in, fucking Gargano's done.
Joey Ryan will never be in the WWE because he cannot dick flip people in the WWE. So if we go back to TV 14, sure, Joey Ryan will be back dick flipping people. Oh, speaking of Joey Ryan, and this is kind of not about, it's about porn. So Pornhub Premium is free today.
Yep.
So if you're not listening to this on Valentine's Day, sorry, I couldn't help you. But I feel like that's an important thing, even though he was sponsored by he was sponsored by YouPorn, not Pornhub.
And he helped Miss, what is her name? Ms. Khalifa?
Oh, Mia Khalifa. Ms. Khalifa, yeah. That's a new rapper coming up.
Yeah, he helped her during her debut in professional wrestling, and she had a great time, she said.
Yeah, he converted her to a wrestling fan, which is... I never thought that I'd see the day because she was running it down immediately. Even Eva Marie gave her shit for it. She was on her
very, very strong argument.
She was on her absolutely.
She represented the wrestling community really well.
Absolutely, which is shocking because it's Eva Marie.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it for my power couple segment.
Well, I dug it, and I really feel like my power couples would whoop your power couples' asses.
You're probably correct. Well, no, one of them's dead, so no, you're not correct.
If Billy and Chuck are allowed to fight women, my power couples would totally win.
They would win with their asses alone. They have superb man asses.
Yeah.
I guess we should talk about Raw.
Let's do it.
All right.
Well, like most Raws, it started off with one of, the normal segments where a guy comes out who is not as over with 100% of the crowd as some people in the back would want them to be. Except this time, it wasn't Roman Reigns.
Right, it was John Cena, who hasn't opened a Raw in forever. I was excited.
Dude, I love Cena, so
Me too.
I was excited too, man.
Man, we are the worst. Or are we the best? I'm not sure.
It's simple. I have been beaten down into submit. I hated Cena for a while.
Oh, see?
And it beat me down, and now I'm on board again.
I remember seeing him win the championship.
Which one?
The record-tying one, I think.
Yeah.
At Money in the Bank 2015 or 16. I don't remember. The one that was in Boston. Mm-hmm. And it was awesome. I was marking out hard for Cena.
No, I was there, and I was not.
What? Were you really?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we were both there.
Yeah. Oh, we were?
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, awesome.
Wasn't that the Rollins?
Yeah.
Rollins winning?
Yeah.
Money in the Bank?
Uh-huh.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. That was a great time. That was when Ambrose had that cool storyline where he got his ass whooped and then came back and he was just about to win.
Yes,
and fucking Rollins
and then
took it out.
didn't. Yeah.
That was a great Money in the Bank ladder
That was a
match.
really good one.
Throw him back to that real quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's all the way back, but it kind of is relevant. No,
But
it's
yeah,
not.
so
Go ahead.
Cena kicked off Raw, did his normal Cena thing, tried to get the crowd back on his side, and then he said, I have to win the Elimination
Absolutely.
Chamber
And he's right.
because WrestleMania
Well, kind of.
is right around the corner and he needs a match.
I actually don't think he's right. In a way, he's right. He does have to do this just to prove something. However, he's John Cena, so he could go to Vince and be like, hey, title match, now.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, all right, fine.
And he, everybody's talking the line he dropped in his promo, and,
That's important.
Mm-hmm.
He said, WrestleMania can bring a legend back from the dead, which means he's definitely going against Undertaker at Mania.
Right.
Because he's not going to win the Chamber.
You don't think so?
Absolutely not.
John Cena.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No, LOL Roman wins. So
right.
we've moved on from that, and now we're going to get the opposite. So
Yeah. As soon as I heard it, I mean, a lot of people think this is where it's going. My first thought was, I just hope Taker's okay.
he's not.
Like, but the perfect guy to put him in the ring with is a guy like Cena.
Who can
Cena's
carry a match.
Very careful. He can carry a match.
Yeah.
As much as people say he can't wrestle, he can.
Absolutely.
He's clunky as fuck. He looks like a walking Lego, but he can carry a match.
And I don't feel like he cares as much anymore because he
Right.
knows he's kind of checked out.
Right.
But even then, I think he'll be able to carry a match with Taker because he knows how important it is. They both do.
And again, it's not that I don't think Taker can't carry a match anymore. It's just physically, is he able to? I mean,
Yeah.
we saw with Roman. This is not a slight to Roman, but he had trouble. I mean, when
Well,
Taker
yeah.
was limited, he
And
couldn't
this
work
was-
around it. You know what
This
I mean?
was Roman a year ago I mean, he's improved since then even. So
Yeah, he's proven every day.
yeah, so early booking. Who wins that match if it happens?
I mean, this again, harping back to last week. I just hope they're both in the ring. It's coming to the finish. Everything's getting the crowd's amped. Everything's happening, and then the lights go out, and you just see a lantern in the ring, and Bray Wyatt buries them both.
Oh yeah.
And then sucks the powers from the Undertaker.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen
I
though.
know,
They
but
don't see Bray like we see Bray.
It's got to be something like that. Because if Cena goes over, so what?
I don't
If
think
Taker
he
goes
will.
over, so what?
I think Taker will.
It's just, it doesn't matter. That's
No,
the
it doesn't.
thing. And
Like after he lost to Brock, in my opinion, none of it mattered.
it really
And
had,
and
yeah, it's been
the
odd.
Roman match kind of mattered, but he needed to win that match. I get why he didn't, but since he didn't, he should have. That's when it should have been over.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they're going to go forward with that. So,
Yeah, they got to do something, though, because that last promo he cut on Raw 25 was not the way you want your Taker to go out.
no one knows what it means even to this day. So
Only he know what it meant.
no,
He
he'll
was
be back.
confused.
There'll be a Mania match with Cena, and I'm confirming that now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Damn it, early call.
You said
That's what-
Taker, is your pick?
Taker
you think?
Cena, yeah. I mean, it has to be. I
No,
don't
I'm
know.
saying for the win. You think Taker's going over, you said?
Yeah, because then he actually would retire.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he retire on a low note when he already had the chance to do that?
What if he beats Cena, goes
Okay.
to shake his hand as like a send-off,
And then Cena AAs him.
Cena has him, goes full heel?
Perfect. That's fine
we've
too.
been harping for Cena heel
I
turn
want heel
forever.
Cena. That'd be awesome. Heel Cena and heel Bailey, and I'll be happy. It'd be great.
But yeah, so 100%, I think that's where they're going. I don't see Cena winning the Chamber. I see him losing some way. I hope lights go out, gong hits, and he's confused, and someone rolls him up or something.
Yeah, that's probably what'll happen.
But yeah, so that happened. John Cena, did his normal thing, and that just kind of happened until we heard from our personal favorite guy, The Miz, in the Miztourage, looking
Yes.
dapper as fuck. Walking out.
Absolutely, they look so good. Their attires, like the Miz's attire, I used to hate it. Even I like the Miz. I never for a long time I haven't not liked him, but his attire was stupid, like that stupid jacket. Now I'm so in on it. I want it all the time.
It's definitely something a evil villain would wear.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
it's- and that's kinda
Darth
why I
Vader
like it.
shit. Yeah.
He is the king of coming out to a huge pop and then immediately getting booed whenever he talks.
Oh yeah.
Like the king. So he pretty much said that it's the year of the Miz, and I was like, yes, please let it be, but it won't be.
He had a great match with Cena there. I mean, it went back and forth. Both guys kicked out of each other's finishes, which happens all the time nowadays.
Yeah, pretty much the stipulation for that match, again, great match. Whoever loses has to enter first in the chamber, which would realistically, later on down the road, not be that big of a deal, and we'll find out why.
I just don't like how we pretty much know the order of the chamber. Like, when the chamber first came around, it was awesome seeing the lights flash
And
coming
who's
out,
coming in,
pods
yeah.
opening, yeah. Now we pretty much know everything.
So Miz is going in first. He lost to Cena with a AA off the top rope, which is the second time he's done that to get a win pretty recently.
Yeah, I like it, man. I mean, as soon as Miz was going up to set up for it, I'm like, there's the finish.
I think it makes him look weak.
You do?
Yeah, because he used to be able to finish people with an AA, just a regular one, and he can't do that anymore.
He's
it seems.
older now. He's up there. He's trying to,
but he's still kicking out of 2 skull crushing finales. So
that's one of his finishing moves. So the kick out of 2, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was pretty much it. Miz is first.
Yep. And like I said, I just wish they would keep some of this shit a secret. It's like the Rumbles when they come around now. And all these people are here.
Yeah, I was fine with the Who Enters Last match. That was fine. Just
that was cool
give them a little incentive. This is no incentive. This is like, if you lose, fuck you.
But I would prefer this over Who Enters Last.
Okay,
match.
fair, because it's a mystery.
Yeah, the mystery of who's last is what usually is the best. You know what I mean? But now it's going to be like, who's going to be second to last? Because that's the only thing we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, again, great match. That was that. The stipulation was whatever. Next up, we had a Matt Hardy promo. He called it the Deletion Chamber, which I thought was pretty cool. And I'm super sold on his graphics now, too. Not like the backstage ones when they do stupid pop-up stuff, but when he comes out, his Titantron and like the stage being all delete and everything. I think I've said that before, but I love it so much. So that was nothing important, really. Next up, the next match was the Club versus the Revival. So they're 50-50 booking the Revival, so obviously they won. There's not much to it. Finn was out there, but he didn't really do anything.
Dude, did Finn look fucking tired or what when he was cutting that backstage promo?
A little bit. He had a shitty backstage iPhone promo.
Dude, his eyes look fucked, man.
And now we get to Kurt Angle again.
Kurt Angle been cutting them Roman promos from back in the day.
I'd rather listen to a Roman promo. I am so sick and tired of Kurt Angle being bad at his job.
It's so, like, he's trying to remember everything when he flubs things and he tries to go to, like, what the correct, like, when he's called them wrestlers, I mean superstars.
Yeah, every time he fucks up, he corrects it, which is kind of funny. Yeah. But as a fan, like as a wrestling fan and a fan of the product, it's annoying to see someone screw up that much.
He comes off as like I mean this with all due respect, but like very buffoonish, like when he's trying to cut these promos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I like Kurt Angle. Back when he was like in the early days, he was great, and he's still good, but just keep him off the mic.
I thought we were getting evil Kurt Angle too when he was starting.
When he was running down the crowd.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like that. I get it, but everyone
he's a father, dude.
Everyone in that arena knows he's not a father to Jason Jordan. That's not a real thing. Yeah, everyone knows that.
I still get a weird feeling in my guts when that's my son. Like, oh, come on.
It's like, no, it's not your son. This doesn't actually matter to you. I did feel shitty for Jason Jordan, like actually as a fan, because we like Jason Jordan. They do not. They cheered when he said Jason Jordan was out for Mania. That's not okay, in my opinion.
You got to think of some things, though. Some of those people probably don't know it's not a work. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody's on the internet.
Yeah, but a lot of them do, and are seriously cheering this.
But I'm saying some of them, I don't think they were all malicious. It could have been, because the whole storyline's been, I can't do it tonight.
Sure,
or he was faking this.
Absolutely,
you know?
And I get that argument as well. But if you're actually cheering a performer getting hurt and out for Mania, which could be a huge moment for someone, that's just shitty. And they do it for Roman, they do it for Cena, they do it for all these people, but it's the principle of it, in my opinion.
I agree. Yeah, you don't want to cheer injuries. I mean, come on.
So pretty much the point of this announcement was Ronda Rousey. And dude, I know.
Was that the point? Because he ran right through that. Like, it wasn't huge news.
I know, but I guess that was the point. Ronda Rousey is signing her Raw contract at Elimination Chamber. Yeah. Why?
Because apparently SmackDown couldn't handle her, which means Asuka be going to SD Live.
I don't think that's true either.
You don't? What do you
got? Asuka is it's gonna probably be like some stupid triple threat thing at Mania. And if not, it's gonna be a Micmac tag match between like Kurt and Rousey and then Steph and Triple H, something like that.
It's got to be, yeah, because she's not going to be able to hold her own, especially on WrestleMania, like the biggest, grandest stage of them all. They're just going to throw her out there for her first real
Which
match.
means Asuka would stay on Raw, so who would challenge Charlotte?
I still think Asuka's moving to SmackDown, though.
Say she doesn't. Then what?
To say she doesn't, I would say she's going to stay there, and it's going to be Miss Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss versus Asuka, and that's going to be the storyline where these two who kind of don't like each other but like each other are going to really try to team up to
that would
beat
make
Asuka,
sense. That would make sense, too. And that would make... Well, here's the thing. That would require Nia Jax to win at Elimination Chamber, wouldn't it, though? Which you don't think is going to happen. I do.
No, I don't think that's gonna. It doesn't need to be that way. I mean, it's fucking
So-
WWE.
so
she
she's
can
still-
just get her match.
Right. So you're saying she still wins, but then moves over to SmackDown, chooses Charlotte.
Well, if I gotta tell you what I think is gonna
Sure.
happen at Elimination Chamber, I think Alexa Bliss is gonna get DQ'd.
Okay.
You know what
I don't
mean?
think you can. How do you do that?
What do you mean?
Get DQ'd from the chamber? I don't think you can.
They're in the chamber?
Yeah,
Oh, right,
yeah.
right. Nia Jax is facing Asuka, though.
You said Alexa Bliss.
Right. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Nia.
Right.
Nia's gonna get DQ'd.
I think that's going to
Okay.
happen, yeah. So they're
All
both
right.
going to stay strong type deal, or,
It's
you know
gonna
what I mean?
it's gonna have some sort of dusty finish like that because
Sorry, I got confused.
it's okay. There's a lot of women.
Right,
around.
right,
Women's
right.
revolution, they're
It's
everywhere.
getting me, dude.
They're everywhere. But she's not in one of the factions, so I mean, there's a little less.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a big deal, I guess. You don't like Ronda around.
I don't mind it. I don't. I think they really fucked up. They should have had her come out the next night on Raw. They shouldn't have stamped all over that.
I agree
mean,
with that.
Dude, I had people writing, who won the Women's Rumble? Like,
Come
you know
on.
what I mean? Like, people don't even remember.
Know.
No,
People
they
know
don't.
that Asuka won the Rumble.
Dude, people don't
And
watch
if they don't-
pay-per-views as much as we think they do
Well,
anymore.
then they should.
The lasting image isn't Asuka winning. It's Ronda
Yeah.
pointing at that fucking sign that they... That's an ugly WrestleMania sound, too, by the way.
I mean, New Orleans, Mardi Gras, all that.
Yeah.
It is pretty ugly. But so after all that, he announced Jason Jordan thing, Ronda Rousey thing. Seth Rollins comes out, and he's like, I want a match with Brock at Mania. Kurt's like, no, that's not going to happen. But then he asked the audience if they want it to happen, and of course they said yes with the yes chant, because everyone loves Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I'm just really excited. I was hoping Seth was going to say something like, I'm a singles competitor. Let me really fucking do this.
Yeah.
Because, like you were saying, you're sticking me with all these guys.
Right.
It's like, let me go do my thing. As soon as he said that, dude, I'm like, yeah, so he's definitely going to be in the chamber.
Oh, for sure. I didn't know in what capacity, but
Right.
I was excited to see, which we'll get to in a little bit. So next up was a stupid Bray Wyatt promo that no one cares about, because no one cares about Bray Wyatt anymore.
They're really
which
setting
is-
up the Matt Hardy Bray thing still, which
Even
I thought
then-
was cleared off at Raw 25.
Yeah, even then, though, no one cares. Like, that's the biggest problem with this whole thing. They could have built it up so that people would care, and now no one does.
It's been too clean.
Including me, and I like both performers a lot. So it's if I don't like it, then I know people who don't care about them already don't want to see it.
It's been too polished. It's been
Yeah.
too clean. They're just the laughing thing wasn't that old. I mean, I liked it
stupid.
the first time, but then they kept going with it, and it's just these guys. They got to get like it's gonna be dirty.
Yeah.
They got to like film like they should be doing the handheld thing like backstage, not the fucking. Matt Hardy's in like fucking heaven lighting. Like
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Well, I'm
dude.
fine with backstage promos for those two make sense, but the
But
promos they were cutting were bad.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. It's gonna be. It's the visual, dude. It's gonna be way more.
No,
dirty.
they need to start with the pre-filmed like broken universe stuff.
Exactly,
That's what they
yeah,
got to be
yeah. doing
already by now. Like they have, it's the WWE. Things move fast. They did not move fast enough with this, which sounds weird because I just complained about them moving too fast. But in a way, they had to just to get people's attention. They had to move fast. Bring in Skarsgård, the boat. Bring in Vanguard 1. Bring in Senior Benjamin, which I heard is signed or something too. So who knows? Bring in all this stuff that made Broken Matt Hardy, and people will like it again.
Yeah, it's too far gone now. They fucked up.
So after that promo, we had Bayley versus Sasha Banks. It was a pretty good match.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how I feel about the two of them. They're great wrestlers, but I don't care. I don't care about their characters. There was a little bit of heel Sasha in there, but even then, it was interrupted at the end after Bayley won by Nia Jax just demolishing both of them, which I liked better than the match because that's more fun for me to watch.
I thought it was a great match, yeah. But again, two stale characters.
Exactly. That's my biggest problem, and you know how I feel about Sasha. She's been doing the same thing for who knows ever since she got called up, and I'm just bored. And even when she's a heel, I don't think it's gonna fix it. That's just an opinion, though. So next up, we had a little bit of Rollins and Reigns tension backstage. He said that he was going to eliminate him from the Elimination Chamber, just like he did the Rumble, which could set up what you said might be a match for Rollins, which is Roman and Rollins.
I already booked that shit. It's
You did.
happening, dude.
And this makes me think maybe you're right. As much as I hate to admit it, you might be right about this.
Wait, Braun going to Mania?
Braun's not going to Mania.
Dude, yes, he is,
Roman's
man.
still going to Mania. I don't care.
The most over superstar all year has
know.
been Braun, man.
Man.
Braun versus Brock, they could build that. I mean,
Yeah, but then who
Make it
wins?
happen.
Does Braun win?
Braun
No,
wins.
because he wouldn't win. If it's
Why
Brock
wouldn't he?
versus Braun wouldn't win. I don't know. They suck Brock's dick every fucking day.
Yeah, well, they gotta stop that shit.
Yeah, welcome to my life. Welcome to my hell. I think that every time.
I think it could be, I don't know. Yeah, Roman's probably going to win, but I really hope that my scenario plays out. If
Me
you didn't
too.
listen last week, it was, I think Seth and Roman are going to have some issues in the chamber. One, they pretty much just eliminate each other type deal. And then they go on to fight at Mania, whereas Braun or Finn would win the chamber and go on to fight
The
Braun.
moment I'll believe you is when Rollins eliminates Roman from the chamber. Then I'll believe you.
That could happen.
Oh, I mean, Rollins isn't in the chamber yet. I don't know what I've just said.
Oh, dude, everybody's heard this shit.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's going to be the other way around. I think Roman's going to eliminate Rollins again, and Rollins going to have that chip on his shoulder. Like, the guy keeps fucking taking me out of all this shit, and he's going to just demolish him backstage, maybe a chair to the back, bring back some old school memories.
If Roman loses, then that will be it. Obviously. Like, there's nothing else for it. Or it'll be The Miz again? No, that wouldn't make sense. So who does The Miz go against if there's no... What, Rollins, maybe?
Well,
no, Rollins would be in this, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's been some stories where they're going to try to play it safe with Miz, where his due date, I think, is right around that time frame.
That makes
so
sense.
They're trying to, I don't know. I mean, granted, he'd want to be there for that.
Right, obviously.
So it could be more of an Elias storyline. You know
which would be great. I would love to see Elias and Miz.
If it happens or doesn't happen, it's not that big a deal.
Who plays the face in that?
Elias, dude.
Are you sure?
Homie's so over, dude.
So is The Miz, though. I don't get it. Like,
but
they're
like
both
you
super
said,
over.
The Miz is over for his entrance, and then people are like, "Oh yeah, it's The Miz."
Yeah, but I feel like they boo him because he's over.
But they don't boo Elias.
Yes, they do.
Only in the town he's in.
No, they boo Elias every time he sings. Every single time. They would barely let him sing in his segment tonight.
It's mostly because they know he's about to shit talk their town.
That's a good point.
Until he shit talks the town, he is so over.
There was a promo, Titus Worldwide, nothing. Apollo's like, hey, I'm going to win. No, you're not, Apollo.
Cruz can't lose.
Cruz can't lose. But he will lose because he's Apollo Cruz.
I actually like the segment.
I do too. I love Titus Worldwide. We talk about it every week because they've actually been getting a prominent... They're there, which is great. I love it. But they're never going to do anything prominent with them. It's just not going to happen.
They should. I mean,
I agree.
They're more... I think... Who the fuck do you have them for tag teams on... Raw, other than
have them go against the Bar next. They've already beat him twice. They've already beat him twice.
Right.
I think they did have a title shot, and they lost. So maybe actually build something with it.
Get the Revival in the club. They're doing their thing.
The Revival will probably be next for the Bar.
You think so?
And the Bar will be faces.
Yeah.
The Bar will be faces. Yeah, absolutely.
That wouldn't be bad, man.
And then we had a Alexa Bliss and Mickie James promo. They were like, Bliss said, I'm sorry for calling you old in our feud back on SmackDown.
She's older now.
And she's so much older now, but she's still super hot. So I was like, all right, that's fine. And then they just need to stop Absolution by working together. That's pretty much it. And that led to Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, Absolution, versus Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Again, it was just putting Absolution in a thing.
I'm pretty sure it's like the same. I don't know, man. Just... Raw and SmackDown have way too many similarities.
It did make me a little more interested because it was Alexa and Mickie.
Oh, I agree. But
I'm
like
just
saying, it's like we need to get... First of all, you get the 3-girl stables, and then you have like the champ and then her friends coming in, and then, both brands.
Yeah.
Then you have like 19 people in the Elimination Chamber, so SmackDown's like, oh, we'll just add more people to our fucking match, and it's like, you guys have the same fucking booking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get creative. How about some one-on-ones?
I mean, that's kind of how SmackDown was back in the day anyway. It was just a clip show, basically, of recaps.
It wasn't that way last year, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it was great last year, and hopefully maybe if they do another draft, which has been rumored, it can get back to that. Maybe they draft some new writers.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So Mandy Rose hit her finisher on Mickie and took the W. Absolution wins.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep,
it's fine. So Rose and Deville, they beat up Mickie James, and then Bliss kind of shoot him off, saved her, which is not. It might be important, it might not be. It's really hard to tell at this point. I feel like she'll just end up being full heel again and turn on Mickie at some point.
Dude, Bliss makes my pants move.
Oh, absolutely. She's super hot, and that's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
But other than that, this doesn't matter. I don't care, really, until Alexa Bliss has a Mania match, which I hope she does. It's going to be either Asuka or Nia, like you said. Ladies and gentlemen, Elias. He came out and he sang a song.
And for once, he wasn't the most entertaining part of his segment.
That is shockingly true. After that, he got a few lines into his song, and then JoJo interrupts him again and says, "Ladies and gentlemen," big pause, "Braun Strowman."
This guy.
And he's sitting at the top of the stage in a spotlight on a stool, just like Elias, his whole setup, and he's just sitting there for a little bit. And then he goes and gets a huge stand-up bass guitar and just strums the strings until it breaks. It was the best thing on the planet.
Dude, I died laughing.
I
was just like, this is great. Like, this is great.
Sometimes creative just gets it right sometimes. Yeah. And that segment, all of it, I love both people involved. They got that right.
And let me just cut this off, right now. People saying, oh no, he's going to go comedy. They just killed all of his heat and all this shit and everything else.
Absolutely not.
They turned a baby.
He doesn't have heat.
But no, I mean, it's called heat.
He doesn't have heel heat.
He's so angry, he can flip anything, and now he's babyface, so they think he's going to do Funkasaurus dances and all this shit. No, they needed to solidify him as a babyface, and that's what this did. I don't think he's going to come out in tutus. I don't think he's going to have dance-offs.
Well, he already came out in tutus when he was part of the Rosebuds.
Exactly, so it's in the past.
He's past that.
Yeah.
And I could not believe how good he was.
Dude,
he was actually really good.
Can't play fucking bass for
shit.
Oh,
no. But I feel that's also not how you're supposed to be playing a bass. He played it like it was a giant guitar, and that's not right. But I remember when we first started this podcast, I said we were going to talk a lot about Braun. I did not know it would get to this point where we're talking about him playing a giant bass in front of Elias.
Dude, he's had a steady push, which is why I feel like this is what Mania is for. You know what I mean? They built him up so well, man. Just keep it going. The dude's over.
Your biggest problem is you have hope.
I know. Well, that's
how
what
dare
being
you?
A wrestling fan's all about.
Oh God, I've given up hope.
Oh man,
I want Braun as the guy. I do,
know.
And you do. I know you do. But I just don't know. Again, I don't know if they see him that way, but I want them to. And this was a good start. Like, this was a good indication of where they see him, and I hope it was a positive thing.
I think the thing that they're scared about is, once you win the title, what next? You know what I mean? But he could have
him dominate
of terror. Yeah,
have him be Brock, but actually work. Like, you know what I mean? He can just dominate and be there every week. That's why I don't mind Roman being champion either, because I know he's gonna show up every week, and I know he's gonna be a defending champion, which Brock hasn't been in God knows how long.
Yeah, the only thing that scares me about Braun maybe not winning Chamber is that
what's next.
Well, I think Kane kind of could maybe do some shizzy. He could do his Kane thing, or he comes up from the bottom of the ring.
Didn't he do that recently? How many times can you do that?
So I don't know.
But that was. Pretty much it ended with him smashing the base over, he killed Elias in the ring first. And then Elias is crawling up the ramp and he smashes the shit out of him with the base, which looked like, even though it was super hollow, looked like it hurt like hell anyway. Dude, yeah. And I don't want to, especially it's Braun tossing it at you. No, thank you.
Those two guys, though, I mean, can we just say throughout this
like
past
I said,
year,
they sometimes they just get it right.
They're the two guys who got over the most in the past year, I have to say.
By doing it themselves. And I feel like those two and Rusev. Yeah. Which is I feel like a good comparison, because they all came up with things.
That sucks. For their future.
They all came up with things to get themselves over. Like WWE stands for Walk with Elias. Braun is just murdering everything. Like, he's just killing everything.
Hands,
get these hands is huge. Not finished with you is huge. So these guys are building. I feel like they came up with this as opposed to. Well, Walk with Elias was actually Cena and Elias. I don't know if you heard Elias on, I think it was ENC's pod, Edge and Christian.
I did, and homie, that thing's been around since Dave started the Walk with Elias thing, as people have been saying WWE is Walk with Elias.
Oh, yeah, so absolutely, but...
He can take credit for it, because it's his thing.
Right, he brought it to prominence,
right.
on-screen prominence, and I'm just excited to see. I want both of them to have incredible futures. Mm-hmm. If you had told me that Braun Strowman... when he was with the Wyatt family, was going to be one of the top baby faces in the company, I would have called you a fucking moron.
Yeah.
And I'm super happy that he is. So yeah, that was pretty much it. There was a Finn Balor cell phone promo that we talked about where you said he looked tired.
Bug eyes,
Who cares? Didn't matter.
What the fuck's wrong with his eyeballs, dude?
I don't remember it because I try to tune out those iPhone promos, to be honest.
It's so bad. They got to stop that.
That one probably had graphics too.
Oh, dude, I hate the graphics.
Yeah, no, they're the worst. SmackDown loves them. And next was Sheamus and Roman. It's a pretty good match. I'm kind of sick of Sheamus wrestling, though, because I'm scared for him.
Oh, I think he's fine, dude. They wouldn't have him out there if he wasn't.
I know, but I feel the same about Rollins. Anytime Rollins does a high spot where he has to land on his legs, I get worried anyway, just because I know the past, and I know that the injury that Sheamus has is major, But you're right. They wouldn't have him out there. But even then, who knows what can happen?
Well, dude, Kevin Owens is working with a stiff back, and dude's doing fucking monkey flips off the top rope on SmackDown.
That's true.
He's like 240 or whatever the hell he is, 300 pounds.
So this ended with Roman, and he speared Sheamus off the top rope, and it was gross looking. It did not look good at all.
No.
It looked like it hurt for real, though.
I love the camera angles, though, when they show the replays. They're like, check out this angle.
Yeah, they should not have shown it so many times because it just showed how bad it actually was. But it looked like it hurt, like for real.
He's trying to do the thing like Goldberg could pull that off, because Goldberg's spear was a
like
little
out of
different.
nowhere,
right?
Like that kind of deal.
And basically the RKO, It's just Roman and I'm a fan of Roman. I'll say that loud and proud. I don't give
me
a
too.
fuck. I find the guy entertaining. He doesn't have that.
The snap.
Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah. He did it one time. I'm trying to think of when it was. I think it was Braun, actually. Mm-hmm. No, it was Rusev.
Okay.
Coming down the ramp, and he jumped off and fucking speared Rusev on the walk. That was a dope looking spear.
Yeah.
And his spear, when he's setting up for it and doing the ooh-ah, then it's fucking great.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, when he tries to do the out of nowhere, it
just doesn't work. And he was too close. Like it just wasn't set up well. I feel like if it was set up a little better, it would have come off a little better.
That would have been a perfect spot for his little Superman punch, because you can connect that a lot easier.
You can just nail him in the face, kind of like the KO punch when Big Show would do it.
Right.
So yeah, Roman wins, obviously.
Yep.
There's no reason for Sheamus to win.
Nope.
Next up, we had the main event, which was phenomenal. It was so much fun. It was a fatal 5-way, which I love, by the way, and they're probably going to do it on SmackDown. Oh, they are doing it on SmackDown. It was Bray Wyatt versus Matt Hardy versus Seth Rollins versus Apollo Crews versus Finn Balor. Talk about it.
Talk about it.
It happened.
The right ending came about. It was a great match. A lot of cool spots.
It was a really good match.
I thought everybody looked good except for Matt Hardy. I don't think he came out looking too great out of it.
Well, because he's old.
Everybody else, I really feel like, 100%. I loved everything about it.
Apollo had some prominent spots in there, which was great for him. It made him look strong. I mean, he didn't get pinned.
And you know what's funny about him is he stood out. I'm gonna say this and sound like a wicked mark.
That's fine.
He stood out the most for me.
No,
because
definitely.
he has the most different moveset.
Absolutely.
Like Finn and Seth are basically the same guy. One wears long black pants, the other one wears black undies. You know what I mean? And it's like. But Apollo Crews, his arsenal is so cool, man.
He's so much fun to watch. And he always has been.
A foot taller. If he was like 6 inches taller, dude, he'd probably be their head guy.
He's mini Bobby Lashley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he just pulls off some crazy shit, and I love it. I agree with you 100%. He looked the best in this match and didn't get pinned, which is important.
Oh, yeah.
Who did get pinned was Bray Wyatt. He got thrown off the Tower of Doom, and that was that. Who pinned him?
Everybody.
No, everybody in the match is going to chamber.
Yeah,
no, Finn Balor and Seth both pinned him leg up, and the ref counted for some reason.
I don't know why they do that.
It was bizarre.
Wave it off and continue the
just
match.
like keep going.
Yeah,
it's because it was the end of the show.
I know.
So they both win. They're both going to the chamber, which wasn't clear at the end of the night. They just kind of ran the logo, and there was confusion, which it was announced later on that they're both going to the chamber. So what does that mean to you?
It means it's giving me more hope that Roman might not win. Not hope, but it's just,
hope is the wrong word.
No, it is hope, because like I said, I'm a fan of Roman, but I would like to see something different. Roman Brock's been done, you know what I mean? And
I agree with you, but I'm a realist.
But, so it's giving me more hope that as soon as Rollins came out, that I think Rollins and Roman could further their storyline in this Elimination Chamber.
Sure, but they won't.
And I think Finn's there because he needs a prominent role, and they needed to put him in.
So what do you think? Finn's not going to win the chamber. I think that's obvious, in my opinion.
If Roman doesn't win, Finn or Braun are the two guys. Like, Finn would not shock me because Triple H is huge.
What do you think about Finn and Miz?
I don't see Miz winning.
No, Finn and Miz for Mania.
Yeah, again, I think Miz is playing it safe right now. Who knows what he's gonna do?
Well, then
Miz could win in headline. Who knows?
I just don't know what they're going to do with Finn past this point because he's not going to win, and I don't know anyone who can set up a storyline with him either. That's the biggest problem I see here. Putting him in is great. I wanted Finn in there, but he's going to be in there to lose.
Yeah, he could just go, heel, and that'll open up. Maybe him and Elias could start something. You never know.
I feel like adding a seventh person is going to be fun for the match itself.
Oh, yeah.
But it's going to leave someone in the dark.
And Finn and Seth Rollins are the two guys who I'm most looking forward to see in the chamber. Because I think they're the ones that are going to utilize the chamber the most.
Finn's never been in one, and I don't know if Rollins has either. Has
I
he?
just mean moveset wise.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Obviously, Roman and Braun are probably going to break a couple pods. You know, that spot's going to happen.
So Braun is putting someone through a pod. My money's on Elias.
Yo, dude, I think Elias and Miz are going to be the guinea pigs.
Oh, they're going to get destroyed. And I think since it's probably going to be, what do you think they'll do? Do you think they'll add another chamber? No. Or be a triple threat?
It's got to start with a triple threat, was my thinking. Unless they hang like a gimp cage above the middle of the ring.
Shark Cage. Bring Jericho back. Shark Cage.
I mean, that would be funny.
But yeah, no, I think it's going to be a triple threat. It's going to be Miz, Cena, Elias, probably. Elias is last. So Miz, Cena, Braun, probably.
Oh, you think Braun's starting?
Yeah.
I think Braun in a cage would be fucking hilarious.
I agree. I want that. But I feel like that would make the most sense storyline-wise. If that's the route they go. Or they'll have two people. They'll have Seth and Finn in one pod, which would make me laugh a lot.
That would be funny.
I mean, it would make sense because they both pinned him, right?
Right. It's got to start triple threat, though. It has to. I think it's going to, in my opinion, Miz, Roman, Rollins.
Or it'll start Miz, Finn, Rollins, because that's their reasoning. They're like, they both pinned, so they'll both be in at second.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But I really feel like that could hopefully further a Roman Rollins storyline. I mean, I think maybe I'm just trying to book my way out of Roman Brock.
You are.
Mania.
you have been.
But dude, even Roman, I will say this, he hasn't been booked so Roman like all year.
I agree with you, and I think that's making a difference in how people see him as well. Because I feel like he's getting a lot more. I mean, he gets booed, obviously, but I feel like he's getting a ton more cheers too. Which is...
It all depends on which city they're in, though.
That's super true. Yeah. But, I mean, it is noticeable. So I do feel like it's making somewhat of a difference. But he's going to get booed out of the building when he beats Brock anyway. Doesn't matter.
Just feel like WrestleMania, they're built this all year with Braun. It's his moment. If you just stick him in the Andre the Giant
I don't know who you're trying to convince because I'm with you. They're all with you. It's just the WWE creative team that is not with you.
I think they are, man. I think it makes the most sense. And, like, the whole thing about being a creative, thing is, like, we're invested in Braun because they've built him all year.
Yeah.
I mean, people are invested in Roman from whatever his build's been going on forever, but his year hasn't been that impressive to me.
No.
And
he lost the title. He lost the IC title. He's lost a couple big matches. So, yeah, I mean...
So I just feel like
he's not being Roman.
Braun has been booked the strongest.
Yeah.
And Braun and Roman all year long, their little rivalry, fucking awesome, man.
Well, the biggest reason I'm still fine... I mean, again, we already talked, but we both love Roman. That's fine. I'm fine with him being champion because that means Brock will probably go away, which is awesome for me. I hate Brock. And Braun will be his next feud.
Yeah.
Win or lose, Braun will be Roman's next feud. You know what I mean? And if Braun does win at Mania, I feel like it might be short because Roman will be his next feud.
Yeah.
So realistically, take your pick.
It'll make Roman a big-time heel if he beats Braun
that is
the
super
very
true.
next pay-per-view.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's super true. But that was it for Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, and
okay.
I liked it, man. I mean, I enjoyed most of it. I sat through that a lot easier than I sat through SmackDown.
SmackDown was not great.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to hate on it, but the running thread throughout the whole show, though, is basically Sami and Kevin trying to find their way out of having to fight everybody by fighting everybody that night.
I want to talk about how amazing Ziggler's I guess it's kind of new, his new entrance is, where it has the record scratch, black, he comes out, and then it starts his theme song. I don't know why, but I feel like that's great.
I feel like creative, as well as fans, as well as Dolph, don't know what to do with him.
Nope.
So they're like, let's throw it.
They haven't known what to do with him for like 4 years.
I know.
Like, when was the last time Dolph was prominent in anything? I guess he won the championship, but then he gave it up the next night. So who cares? Like, I love Dolph. I'm a huge Dolph mark, but I don't know. I hate to be like, oh, they're not giving him opportunities, because clearly this is an opportunity, but they always waste him in his opportunities, I guess is what I should say.
The thing with Dolph is basically they give him an opportunity, but it's like he's like a dog on a leash. Like, they give him so much and that's it, and he just starts running in circles because creative forgets that, like, he's got to stretch his leg. You got to get him out there more. You got to take him on a hike. You know what I mean?
He just disappears for weeks at a time.
That's what happened.
And then they're like, oh yeah, Dolph is back. Great. Which is what happened. He was gone for 7 months or something ridiculous, or 7 weeks. I don't know. He was gone a long ass time.
He's like your favorite pair of underwear, though. He's reliable. Yeah. He covers your junk. You know what I mean?
Comfortable.
He sells his ass off.
Yeah. I like I said, I'm a huge Dolph guy, but it's a bummer to not. I wish he was champion at least one more time, and I know that's not going to happen in his career, probably.
You never know, man. I mean, they just kind of throw him titles every once in a while.
That is very true. So yeah, his match with Corbin was to get into the Fatal 4-Way. That was what was supposed to start the match, And then, like you said, Kevin and Sammy just kicked both their asses.
Yeah, Corbin coming out looking like a babyface. And Ziggler.
That was interesting, and I did not realize how much I loved Corbin's theme music.
Oh, it's so cool.
It's so
dude.
good,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
it, like when they played it twice at the beginning, I was like, oh, that's really good. I have like chills, even though I knew he wasn't coming out.
I liked his old one,
Red
and
Spoilers.
when they switched it, I was like, come on. And then I heard it, and I was like, no, this is fucking dope.
Only problem I have with it is it's Undertaker-y.
It is Undertaker-y, so maybe he fucking comes out and kills Taker and Cena.
He doesn't have supernatural powers, though.
I know, he's just a lone wolf.
So after that whole thing with those guys, Sarah Logan versus Charlotte Flair.
You know, just kind of surprised they went with more of like a mat technician type start to this match for a while.
She's brutal.
Yeah, but
Sarah Logan.
Oh yeah, I mean, she was crazy Mary Dobson, dude.
Yeah.
She was dope on the indies.
But I feel like that if she ever went singles, that should be what she's doing, but I don't think she will.
You never know.
I don't think she'll go back to the gimmick.
I don't think she's gonna Matt Hardy it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, she could go with something along those lines.
Hold on, fantasy book. Woken Matt Hardy and Crazy Mary Dobson together.
No, because I was back in. This is the only reason why I'm shooting you down.
That's fine.
I wanted her to be Sister Abigail before she even signed on.
Right,
the whole
right.
Thing, so
that was a whole thing. I forgot about
that
that.
would have been perfect.
And I, for the longest time, didn't realize that was the same person either.
Oh yeah,
like because they don't look like in the whole
totally
persona. She looks so different. And her gimmick now is just she's Southern.
Yeah,
and grew up in the woods or whatever.
This happens though with like a lot of these people, and same thing with the other stable. It's like they just throw them these quick gimmicks, and they're like, go figure it out. And then I think in like a year, you're gonna see a lot of stride in her and Ruby Riott and all of these.
Well,
girls
I'm super sold on these
characters.
three.
Remember we
both started.
Yeah.
We both started out being more. I mean,
Absolution.
more Absolution than Riot Squad. But now I feel like the more I see them, they're in a prominent storyline with Charlotte. The more I see them, the more I like them.
And they're more
All
of
of
a defined.
They're characters. They have something.
But I
whereas
feel like,
Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville don't really have anything.
And I think that Paige injury is something that
It
really
hurt.
slowed that down.
It hurt.
Yeah.
Paige was important because she was the leader, and it was her theme song. Like, she had everything. It was her stable.
The Riot Squad feels more like they need each other, so it feels like the Shield type gimmick. You know
right.
what I mean?
Well, Ruby Riott, I feel like they're supposed to be building her as like a quote unquote the leader, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels like they're all one cohesive unit, which I feel like that never happened with Absolution because Paige was there.
Right.
So it's kind of good in a way that Paige is gone, but I also understand how it hurts them.
But again, those two girls are so opposite; they just don't vibe for me.
Right. Yeah. But I think I feel like that's a good thing as well.
But
it is
what you're saying, but it's
because none of these girls are like, as far as gimmick and look, none of them vibe at all.
But they vibe.
But they all
together.
personality wise, they all get together.
It's like a female Shield type situation. Not saying
they're not going to be booked that way.
Right. I'm not putting them on that level, but I'm saying like the Shield, three guys, didn't really need each other. But when they came together, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
and
it was
like,
great.
I feel like these two. Personally, Mandy Rose, she got to hook it up with Goldust because I mean they're the same person.
Have Goldust be Goldust be the valet.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not. His career's pretty much over.
Save
unfortunately, his career's
him
pretty
from
much
bumps.
over. And Mandy Rose has a future. She's super young, so have Goldust be her manager. That would be super cool. I would love to see that, but I don't think they'll do that either. They might. Who knows?
You never know. But I feel like, she's got to go with Goldust, and the other one's going to have a phenomenal singles career where she could do that kind of.
Oh, Sonya? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like she's a lot like, just a brawler type chick, you know? So
Yeah,
she's
like
got
the
that,
MMA chicks.
That Tamina Snuka type vibe where she just comes in and mauls you. She's not as big as her,
Right.
but like she could do that kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm excited to see the future for all 5 of these females because I feel like they're all super talented, and I just want to see what their future holds. I think I said Charlotte won. I don't remember.
She did win.
But she won. She won with natural selection.
I was kind of surprised. I enjoyed the match. I thought
She's going to win against Ruby Riott, too, at Fastlane or whatever, whenever they choose to do it.
No.
No? You don't think so?
Oh, wait, yeah, because they're gonna do a triple threat. I mean, a triple threat, a 6-person tag.
Right.
Yeah, I think Ruby Riott's going to win, dude.
That'd be awesome. I would love to see those 3 go over, even though 2 of them lost already.
I know. I want to see. They got to shock the system a little bit, I think.
Shock the system. Baby. So that after that was a backstage segment with Shane and Daniel Bryan just being upset at each other for doing whatever.
Sometimes, and then sometimes they're best friends.
Yeah, it's
like
weird.
This is so fucking confusing. Pick
one
way.
of them's bipolar. I'm not sure which one. So that led to Kevin Owens versus Baron Corbin. If Corbin wins, he's in the Fatal 4. He's in the Fastlane match for the WWE Championship.
Great match.
It was a really good match, and you don't really hear that much from Baron. Honestly, I like Baron a lot, but he's not one that you're like, oh, 5-star match. This wasn't a 5-star match, but it was a really good match.
He's still young too. Young in the business.
Yeah.
And I've told. I mean,
And he's
back
homegrown, I think, too.
back when I did the cast with Josh, I was telling him, like, he's got some cool moves though. Like deep six is dope, dude. Like,
End of days,
he hits them flawlessly. So, I think that. I mean, obviously, this is stupid to say, but yeah, the future's really fucking bright for a guy like Baron Corbin.
I mean, I hope so. Like I said, the theme song is awesome. He's great. He's got a good look, even though he's balding, whatever. I probably will be soon anyway. So, I mean, he's just fun to watch. You know, he's one of those kind of guys, but I feel like a lot of people don't see him that way.
I think maybe it faced a little bit of a tweener turn like he had.
I think that's what's going to happen.
He just kind
I
of
think he's going to be a little tweeny.
rolls that way, and it might help him out a little bit more.
Important thing is, Baron Corbin wins. He
Yep.
pins KO. He's in the match. That's awesome. I'm happy for him. Even though last time he had an opportunity like this, it didn't go well. So next up, we had Bobby Roode's U.S. Open Challenge. We were kind of supposed to, and we didn't really get it. He called out Randy Orton, low-key called out Randy Orton, and said he was pissed that he keeps RKOing people out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and he's the only one.
That was after Jinder went on and on about how fucking Orton is number 9 and he's number 8.
Jinder, what's wrong with you?
But like the whole time, I'm thinking, someone just say it. He's not even on the list.
Rude
and
said it,
finally,
yeah.
Rude said it. I was
Just like, you're not even there. Who
this
cares
whole
what you
promo
say?
doesn't make much sense. Just hurry up and hit an RKO out of nowhere, and then it happened.
He did, and then fucking Jinder just killed both of them.
Dude, he needs a faster setup for his finish.
I do like it, though.
It's
slow,
cool,
but
very,
I like
mean,
it.
Orton's facial expression while he's setting it up, I'm like, dude, he's gonna hit it. Come on.
It's nice to see Jinder look strong after not doing anything really since he lost the title. So it was nice to see a little prominent spot for Jinder.
Oh, I like Jinder.
Yeah.
I just thought the premise of him giving them shit for not being higher up and he's not even on the list.
Then we had New Day's pancake celebration.
Yeah.
Because go all in on pancakes because it's fucking hilarious.
We eat waffles.
Oh,
That was the line of the whole fucking 20-minute segment.
It was interrupted by Gable and Benjamin because they hate fun, so they came to interrupt fun. And they ended up losing to the New Day because, whatever. I don't know what they're doing with them. Because last week they were in a feud with Breezango and Ascension, and now apparently that's not a thing either.
Again, they hate fun. They're going after anybody.
They're going after anybody fun.
Anybody with a gimmick.
But there's no one left. That's it. Uso's next. They're not that fun. They're yelling at people. That's it. And then we had the main event, if you can call it. It was a good match, but it was not very main event caliber. Dolph Ziggler versus Sami Zayn. Again, same deal. If Ziggler wins, he'll be in the match at Fastlane.
I'm going to say this. Sami Zayn is never winning a world
Anything. He's never.
title.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you.
I mean, I just don't see that booking going that way.
No, absolutely not. I don't. I agree with you. I don't think he's ever going to be more than a mid-card guy, which sucks because I feel like he could have a small run as champion.
And this isn't me overreacting. This is me analyzing the whole spectrum of his career.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's never been an indication that he's a championship guy,
and
like a main championship guy.
And I'll say the same thing about Cesaro. I mean, they're two guys that that could deserve it or could earn it or could hold, 5-star matches.
100% agree. Yeah. I feel like there are a lot of people like that right now, though.
Yeah.
But those are two very prominent ones, in my opinion, that should at least have one title run. No, me either.
Get the big one.
Me either. And I guess I feel like Zayn has a little more of a chance than Cesaro, but
he's more character based now.
But not by much. It's a very slim margin.
WWE is very character based, and Cesaro, man, I fucking hope he does. Roman shut him down, dude, when he was like, "What the fuck's wrong with your mouth?"
Yeah, with his braces. And then I loved Seth saying "nice skirt, fella" when
as it's going to commercial. Like it was kind of off.
It was a subtle dig, and I was like, "Yes,
nice skirt."
Awesome." So the winner was Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah,
a fatal 5-way.
Dolph celebrating.
Fastlane.
Dolph celebrating with the fans like he's fucking missed them and everything. When he just talked about how he hated them, it's like there's so much confusion going on in Dolph's booking.
I love Dolph.
I do too, man.
He's he's like confused. Everyone's confused about Dolph's character, including Dolph.
He's just gonna come out in like half black, half white pants and just straight up 50-50 everything.
So be a bipolar gimmick or something.
Just 50-50 everything, dude.
I mean, that'd be interesting. And I mean, that was it. That was it for SmackDown.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I mean, the whole thing was based around Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
I mean, it did build some story, which was good, which is more than they've done in the last couple of weeks. So I'm happy for Dolph and Baron both getting their opportunity, even though they're both going to lose. And Dolph's probably there to take the pin.
Need more AJ Styles.
He'll be there. AJ wasn't on the show at all.
I don't remember.
Shinsuke wasn't on the show at all.
I don't remember him if he was.
Exactly. Like, I don't think it was weird. Why not have your champion and your Royal Rumble winner on the show, even if it is a backstage segment where he says, "I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania."
Dude, that would have been perfect.
I know. Do that every week until it happens, and I will be a happy man with the both of them.
I would love it if that's just all it did. Like, and they have like random like vignettes of like AJ getting a coffee, and then like
he just shows up.
No, Shinsuke's serving him the coffee out the window and goes, "I'm going to beat you at the Royal Rumble." I mean, at the WrestleMania.
Yeah. See, that's why we're not rating the show, because the ratings would just go. They'd be too good.
They would be too good.
So that's pretty much it.
All right.
Do the fun stuff. You're good at it. I'm not.
So
you were good last week.
I just kind of run off my mouth really fast, and hopefully it makes sense. So you can follow us for news and notes at StillReal2US on Twitter. You can follow the podcast and me live tweeting and Jake live tweeting random events at StillReal AP.
Yeah.
On the Twitter.
Uh-huh.
And then, for memes and other fun shit, and on the Instagram at StillReal2US, spell it out. And check us out on Patreon if you want to support the show. Still Real After Party. We got some good stuff, and we're starting to get some hits on that, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Do all that fun shit,
I'm like
guys.
your hype man.
I know.
I can't speak, so I have to be like Lil Jon.
Dude, I'm mumbling through this thing today. I'm fucking working on no sleep. I'm trying my best.
I am right there with you. That's why I made you do it, but apparently that was a mistake. But you did well.
I'm hitting it. I'm doing my part.
I would have flubbed about 8 times.
Well, let's flub to the end, boys.
All right, flub it up.
All right, hey guys, peace, love, and leg drops for myself and Jake.
Happy Rusev Day.